Hey guys, another easy layout today. I'm using this paper here from Bella Boulevard Sophisticates in the color banana, and I cut out this honeycomb. I was going for like a beehive look, and when you see the picture, you'll understand why. And I think the hardest part about this entire layout was actually getting this honeycomb beehive pattern that I cut out of the silhouette. It's a cut from the silhouette store that I modified a little bit to fit onto my to fit what I was doing. Um, and so I cut that out, and now I'm going to have to figure out how to get this to lay correctly on this Bella Boulevard cardstock that I'm using for my background. So, four times the speed that it actually took. It doesn't look like it took that long, but it took a little while to figure out where all those pieces should go, and I didn't pull it off the mat quite correctly, so it's a little, I don't know. It's a little cattywampus, if you will. So I'm just going to wipe my fingers off because I was using spray adhesive on the back of that. And then now you can see why I wanted that sort of... In retrospect, I probably should have just misted it. I have a mask that has that sort of beehive honeycomb look, but now you can see why I wanted the beehive look. And that is a cut as well from the silhouette store that says Beautiful. And this is a picture of my niece, Grace. She was 6 months old here in October of 2008. So I'm catching up on all the professional pictures that all my sister-in-laws have sent me. So here is Grace's first Halloween. So I wanted to use that beautiful die cut there. And I like that I pulled out some of these bees that I had from, I don't know, they came in some layered sticker pack. And then I also have some silver bees and some resin bees. And I wasn't sure when I pulled them all out which ones I was going to use. It turns out that I just used the layered sticker ones. And don't ask me where I got all those silver bees and all that. It was at that scrapbooking yard sale that I went to. And it was just, a lot of embellishments were just thrown in a jar, and those just happened to be in there. And it turns out that I actually have a layout to use them on, so there you go. I'm going through a die cut kit here. This is Serendipity and Shine On, the die cuts and transparencies from Basic Gray. And I'm pulling out those to see which ones I think will work. And then these are the Maggie Holmes designed frames for crate paper. So I'm pulling one of them out as well. And as you can see, her little wings in the picture are green. So I want to add a touch of green to this layout to go along with the black. And here I realized that where I'm going to layer this beautiful die cut, it's going to show multiple layers and multiple colors of things. So I don't want that. So I'm going to just back it with some black cardstock so it looks like it's just sitting on the background paper, even though it's not. I just want each of those letters to show up so you can see the title of the layout. But if I had layered that die cut over where I wanted it, and you'll see here over on that right hand side where that honeycomb is cut, it became very hard to read there. So that's why I backed it. So here's the frame I'm going to choose to use, and as you can see, it has a little pink, it says sweetheart on the bottom of the Polaroid frame, but I'm going to cover that part up so I'm not too worried about the fact that that pink is down there. And I'm going to cut the picture off so only the part that is in the frame is seen. And then I'm going to layer that die cut, that title. Okay, maybe I don't do it there, but... And now I'm off doing something. Lord only knows what. Oh, that's what I did. I went to get a stamp because I cut this beautiful die cut out of just some plain yellow cardstock, and it was looking a little flat to me against the rest of the background. So I just pulled it up off of the black cardstock, and then I'm using a Fiskars stamp. I know it's a Fiskars stamp, but I did not write down which stamp it was. Well, there you go. It's a Fisker stamp. It came in a large stamp set. I don't know, but I used Versamark ink and I'm going to use some clear embossing powder and I am going to emboss this background. I missed a couple of spots, so I'm just going back over it. I'm not that worried about, I just wanted to give it some texture because it was looking very flat on the page. So I pulled out the embossing powder and the stamp. And it was like a floral stamp, so I'm using a paintbrush here to clean up. This is, of course, completely backwards. I mean, if I was really planning to do this, I would have done this before. I die cut it even. I would have just stamped it and stamped the paper and then die cut it. But I wasn't thinking then, so, you know, it's kind of how I scrapbook. I think of these things later. And I think that doing this gives that die cut a bit of texture, and I think that it gives it a little bit more interest on the page. So I'm glad that I did it, even though I did it kind of backwards. But, you know, it works out in the end, so no problem. There we go. That black cardstock that I'm using is actually from Basil. It's their Raven cardstock. And who made the yellow paper? I'm not sure. I think it was just it was just a scrap. I'm going to add some green washi tape to the side here. Two different greens, because like I said, I wanted to pull some green into this layout so that the wings don't get lost, because her little wings are green. So, and I'm just fixing up that title card. Backing it with that black cardstock allows me to put that title anywhere I want. So now I know where I'm going to put my photo and where I'm going to put my title, and I'm going to pop my title up on foam adhesive so that it layers nicely over that frame and covers up that pink on the bottom of the frame because I obviously don't want that pink showing. I don't want to introduce pink into this layout. Now I'm just going to build up some layers of die cuts over on this right and left hand side. I'm going to use some acetate pieces and some die cuts that I pulled out of that basic gray Serendipity and Shine On die cuts and transparency set. So I'm just layering some things around, more looking at colors than actually like, you know, what they are. So I decided that one little bee is going to live down there on that oval die cut. And I don't know what I'm looking for here. I've lost something. And that little adorable thing is from, what is that from? Lily Bee Design Double Dutch stickers. And again, that die cut there with the yellow on it has hearts on it that I don't want seen, but I know the bee in the oval die cut is going to cover that up, so it's not that big a deal. So I'm just working to get my layers the way that I want them on both sides. So not really much to talk about what I'm doing here other than to watch the video. These are some Amy Tangerine Remarks Discover Puffy Accent stickers. So I used one that says goodness, and then I used a little heart from there as well. And I used some of the chevron shapes right where that bee is looking. And then I pulled a little heart from that. That's a basic gray Piccadilly stickers, I think. Or that's the Serendipity and Shine On stickers. I'm going to do my journaling using my Signo Uniball impact pen. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more washi tape and some more acetate stickers up here in this right hand corner, just to bring those colors from the left hand side to the right side. I'm very conscious when I scrapbook that I make sure that my colors are consistent throughout the layout. If I have a color on the layout, I don't want it to appear just in one area. I would like it to appear in several areas. It doesn't look like it's a mistake to me that way. And then I'm going to add that little adorable flag that I had before. And then I'm going to use some sequins, and I'm going to scatter some sequins in these honeycombs just around, just to give the layout some more texture and a little bit of sparkle. And you know how I am. It's a random it's random where I put those sequins, but you know, random for me means exactly where I want them. So we're just going to sprinkle them around, make them look random, I hope. And then I thought I'm going to use some twine to put through that tag that I have on the right hand side. And I thought about putting trails behind the bees as well, but then I thought better of it and didn't do that. It might have been cute, but by this point this layout was already getting on my nerves, so I'm going to pop that tag up on a little bit of foam adhesive. Again, just adding a little bit more dimension to the page. And then I'm going to call this one done. Here's a final look at the layout. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I hope you guys are having a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.